Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 15th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, SMCY, and PLTY. I'm going live only because I didn't get much sleep, so I had to get a quick nap in before this and before work. So here we are. So hopefully I'm not half asleep and I could cover this in good fashion here. So anyway, before I even go forward, I just want to let you guys know, if you cared, the interview I did with Jay and Scott, it's one of my best videos ever. And I have so far 25,284 views, which is insane, right, for my channel to get. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you missed it, right? Then obviously that would be another view. So I'm just letting you guys know, obviously the video is available. I'm going to pin it to the top of the comments again in case you guys missed it for some reason or in case you guys want to watch it again. All right. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get to it. Who had trades yesterday? Obviously, since I'm live, I'll keep note of the chat in case you guys have any comments as we go. And I'll be sipping my coffee as we go too, because I'm waking up with you. All right, so TSLY had trades, OARC had trades, NVDY had trades, GUI, CONY, MSTY, of course, had trades. Who else? SMCY had trades and PLTY had trades. Let me go all the way to the bottom. All right. So let's get to MSTY, and then we'll get moving here. Let's see if I can put MSTY all on one page here. Nope. Here we go with the scrolling. It is actually easier to do this on the phone, believe it or not. Okay. Here's share the shit out of it. One of the best interviews. I wish we got an update on the changes to the fund. We found out later. Yeah, I know. You're talking about the prospectus change. I wish they would have mentioned it too. Maybe they couldn't. It was probably, maybe it seems like it was posted like shortly after. So they probably couldn't say anything until it was posted. But yeah, that maybe the timing was unfortunate because it would have been cool to break that during the live too. Okay, so here's MSTY. So I'm assuming you guys can see my screen, hopefully. Let me know if you can't, but let me show you what they're doing here. So they got buy call. What is it? Yeah. So they're sell call, buy call. So credit call spread, adding to or adding further positions because they have unused synthetic contracts. So obviously they're able to use more there. My heater's not it. There you go. I got a heater in here too. But yeah, so what else here? We got selling calls, no credit call spreads, no buy call, no butt buddy attached on these. So they did 1,000, 1,000, 1,200, which again, we'll look at that in the file. And then they closed some suckers here, the 460, okay, 460, 450, okay. And what else? And then this, that, and the other thing. So let's just get to the file. How about that? All right, so here we go. They have two synthetic positions. Again, just confirming the totals here. 82,015 contracts on the 390. And then 13,300 on the 420. Okay, there we go. All right, confirmed. Now let's get to the weeklies tab. So yesterday, it went down 1.15%. MSTY went down 0.55%. So obviously, good day, solid day. We kind of needed that little down day if we want to have, we'll say the most profitable week that we can due to where our covered calls are at. But let's look at the new trades first before we look at the calls and where we stand. Can you guys see this? How is the visual? Let me know. I could zoom in a little more, but I'll do what, depending on what you guys can see. Don't matter to me. We have 94, 97. Okay, let's see how many we can get today. I know I went a half hour early. I'm screwing everyone up. So, but I can't really start at 6:30 if I go live. That's the problem. Looks good on my phone. All right, thank you very much. Everhold Welding. I don't remember you being on here. Actually, you new, but welcome. All right, so let's see. Let's scroll up. See what they did yesterday. Anything in gray means we previously covered it. All right, so let's see. All right, so here's 5,000 contracts. This was a 450 strike price. They closed it. They paid 202 per share. So if you scroll all the way to the right, it cost them about $1 million to close it, but all in all, it was a profit. They made $2 million on that trade. So there we go. All right, let's keep going down, 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 down. And then here they closed the 450, 214 per share. They paid about $1 million. They made 2.3 overall profit on that. So successful trade there as well. Now, here is something interesting. Again, yesterday, if you look, yesterday was the 14th. So I added these trades yesterday, right? I added the 460. They sold 1,000 contracts, 460. 1,000 contracts, 460. 1,200 contracts, 460. And the same day, they closed the 460, 118, 119, 94 cents. So, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's like a little day trade right there, right? So again, they got 137,000 credit and they paid 118,000 to close it. So all in all, these three trades, like a quick in and out, 88,600 bucks was made. You know, could be within hours. I don't know, because again, they sold. They sold calls. Maybe MSTR dropped and they saw an opportunity to pay to close it. And what they do, they paid to close it and they rolled it down. They rolled it down to here, the 435, and they got even more premium. So that's pretty good stuff right there. All right, and then here's 2,000 contracts here. Credit call spread. Yep. 440, 5.58% out of the money. And then we got 5,000 contracts, 460. This is a cool one here, actually. This is 10% out of the money. So I like that. I like it a lot because, look, they had the 460s up here. Was there another 460 for 5,000 actually? Let me just double check. I got to double check my numbers here. So here's the 460 there. Yeah, okay. All right, because they did two batches of 5,000. I had to separate these. So here you go. Here's the 5,000. And then they only closed part of them. So, all right. Yeah, hopefully that made sense. All right, let's go to the holdings and see where we stand heading into the rest of the week. Again, we got 2 trading days left, and we're doing pretty good, honestly. We got our lowest strike is 417.50, which is 0.18% out of the money. Our highest strike now is 460, right? We saw they have 6,800 contracts, the 5,000 and the 1,800 left over from the other, and that's 10.38% out of the money. So they are what? Scattered-do. I know I'm still half asleep, but I gotta wake up. I gotta get with it. Hold on. All right, that was me smacking myself trying to wake up here, but I'm getting there. All right, so I'm just checking the comments, see what's going on with you guys. Just want to say good morning to everyone. Oh yeah, Steele, thank you very much. I did hit 30,000 subscribers, which is insane if you think about it. And Paulette loves these lives, perfect for morning train commute. Okay, train commute. I always wondered how a train commute would go. Can you take a nap, or is it too risky? Reddit brought me here. Oh boy, yeah, Reddit. Reddit's a good time too. Reddit. That group's growing too. That got 43,000 members in the Reddit group. All right, so we got 113 of you. Let's keep going. So again, we got scattered doo-dah all over the place, and we're still out of the money on every single position. So we're holding strong so far. Let's go. All right, so let's scroll to the right. Let's finish out the weekly tab. Outstanding share, they had an increase of 725,000. That is a 0.43% increase. So nothing crazy, nothing, nothing like what we've been seeing, right? We've been seeing like millions and millions increasing, but it's still an increase nonetheless. All right, so the value of, the 30-day IV is 72.6%. Outstanding shares is 168 mil. Total net income, there, unfortunately, yes, we're still at a loss of 55 mil for the weeklies. All right, so let's go to this tab. This is the MSTR funds tab. This shows how MSTR did versus MSTY versus the various MSTR funds. Unfortunately, MST is still not updating. Again, I don't know. Sometimes it does take this long on Google Sheets. I should probably email them and see if they even care. But anyway, MSTR, like we said, it went down 1.15% yesterday. MSTY went down 0.55% yesterday. But IMST went up 2.14% yesterday. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, that's pretty impressive. But again, if we go to the holdings, and we'll jump ahead right there, they had calls that were in the money, pretty far in the money, like the 410, for example, that's expiring this Friday. So the fact that MSTR went down, it's actually, this market value here, this was obviously a higher negative amount, a higher cost to close versus what it is today. So that's kind of how it boosted up their price, right? It boosted up this total net, or we'll call it assets under management, which in the end, will calculate whatever the NAV is. All right. But anyway, let's continue again. But so IMST was actually the winner yesterday. So anything, like if there's another down day on MSTR, IMST will, probably be the winner because they're more in the money. MSTY, you saw their positions are all out of the money at the moment. All right, let's keep going. Again, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat too. Yeah, welcome LA. Welcome Jollibee. All right, so let's keep going. Reaction. Why? What is this? Right? What is this stupid reaction? Well, the market's red. Finally, the market is red. I mean, I needed it red. I don't know about you guys, but I've been selling calls on my own, and I'm kind of getting cappity doodah, not gonna lie. So a little red is good for me. I don't know what this picture is really, but it's red, so I chose it anyway. Group D declares again on June 4th, 2025, 20 days away. Payment information. All right, synthetic value, income, whatever, 64 mil. We talked about the weeklies. They lost 55 mil. So total net income is 9 mil. That produces 5 cents per share. If we go to the Rotomator, which unfortunately we haven't been able to use in a while, it is poopity doodah, right? Poopity doodah there, unfortunately. But we can use the IV. The IV is 73%. IV payment would be about $1.32. Okay, we moving on. One thing to note, again, based on the interview, is the payout is based on the premium made up until the Friday before. So when we talk about Group B coming up, we have to consider anything that they make up until this Friday, not the Tuesday, not the day before declaration date, but we will go up until the Friday, and that's it. And that works good for my guesstimates. So anyway, all good. It's all good. It's all right. Let's go to the holdings. All right, synthetic party here. We got a 390. Okay, 420. All right. MSTR price is what? It's over here. What do we got? 416. All right. So we're fine. We're good. Hanging in there. But again, these expire when? June 20th. We got over a month. So let's let them be. Let it be. Let it be. All right. We're still hanging above 4 bills. So that's good. well, good for them, right? Don't matter to us. The NAV is 23.68. The trade price 23.72. Synthetic that we just spoke of is worth about $1.37 on paper. Total synthetic contracts now over 100,000. Craziness. Actually, wait. I did not update this field, so my bad. 82. Yeah, not even close. Oof. See? That was probably when I decided to take a nap. All right, let me correct myself. Synthetic. Wait. No, it's the 82. Yeah, 82. And what the hell am I adding? Oh, my goodness. 25, 26. Maybe I did do it right. Okay. 95,315 contracts. Close to 100,000. All right. Total contracts they're selling calls on. Let's see what that's looking like. Well, it's not updated, so let me update that for you guys. Chicken to China, the Chinese chicken. All right, so we got 79,550 contracts sold. And how many with the butt buddies? How many with the credit call spread? How many with the insurance? Let's check it out. 23. Everything else should be updated though. All right. 72% of the sold calls do have the insurance, the buy call, the credit call spread. All right. So that's it. That's the update for M to the S to the T to the Y. We covered the IMST holdings. This is kind of where they stand. They got 2 calls expiring for Friday, 4:10 and 4:30. MST, no update from what I could tell. But again, I don't have a picture and I don't really remember anyway. So they're just, they got the buy calls expiring Friday. They got the sell calls expiring Friday. And they don't even have like the market value. They need to update their holdings. Get some more information on here, man. But and I should at least put the MST price down here somewhere, right? What's this? That's the MSTR price. Let's see. Yeah, that's pulling up that. It's not helping. Let's see if I do this. MST. Let's do that. And MST that. Doesn't even work. All right, whatever. Fix that later. But anyway, let's move on. We're done with Misty for now. Let me check the comments. What's going on here? You guys yip yapping or what? This one says, unfortunately, none of these funds have shown growth and only return of capital. Throughout history, they have been depreciating assets. I guess you haven't seen Misty and PLTY because they have been whooping ass. All right, so just skimming through. All right, so. Man, I got to pee already. That's not good. All right, so I'm all caught up. Let's get to the rest of the trades. All right, so here's your boy TSLY. What the heck are they doing? Buy to close. What are they closing? They're closing the 322.50. And you've seen Tesla. Tesla's been freaking nuts, man. It's nuts. So they got their ass kicked. Yep, they got their ass kicked right there. They paid $27.78 per share to close that sucker. And then they paid about, they paid a lot. So let me just summarize this. My programmer friend's going to yell at me because I know he automated this for me. But 16.4 mil is what they lost, which, yeah, I mean, they're blowing through. They're blowing through their strikes. What they do here? Buy to close put, buy to close call. So they closed out 3,000 contracts on the 320 synthetic. Yeah, nothing too exciting on Tesla yesterday, but how did Tesla do? It went up 3.91%. Tesla went up 2.73%. So unfortunately, the Capity doodah continues, but at least they captured almost 70%. So that's pretty good. All right, so let's go to the top here. Tesla has two synthetic positions, both expired July 18th, 270 and 320. I mean, Tesla's at what, 347? Good Lord. So yeah, it's this synthetic is very valuable. Now the calls, again, most of their calls got blown through. They closed a bunch of them. Let's see what they got left over. Actually, let me check the expiration date first. What is going on here? All right, so everything still expires for Friday. So what they got? They got a 330. That's 5% in the money. And then they got a 350, 355, 360, 365. Those are all out of the money. 0.67% to 4.98% out of the money. The good news is Tesla's a little red today, so a little slowdown maybe. Looks like they're down about 2.5% or so. Again, I'm not going to really, I can't pull up the pre-market when I go live, but I do have it on the other screen, which is good. Probably better off that way because you guys say that, some of you say it is a waste. The value of the Tesla fund is $1 billion. The NAV is 912. The trade price is 918. That is a difference of 77 cents. Why the difference? Well, yeah, as you can guess, it's ex-dividend date. So it did drop by the amount of the distribution, plus or minus a little, a little something in there. But yeah, so obviously if you buy today, you don't get the distribution. You had to own it yesterday and hold it through today or until today. Synthetic that we just spoke of, assuming I updated these formulas. Let's just double check. I did. Okay. I'm good like that. But the synthetic is very valuable. What is it worth on paper? 189, which is awesome. And the 30-day IV is 61%. IV estimate based on that, 43 cents. Income estimate showing negative. But again, we saw the closeouts. It is what it is. Group A declares again in 27 days on June 11th. Up next, your boy NVDY. Let's see what kind of trouble they got into yesterday. Oh my goodness, a lot of trades. All right, so buy to close call, $4, 4 mil. Yikes. So obviously this is a 132 strike. They blew through that. Buy to close the 132. Again, that's another strike they blew through. Again, 132, 130. So they closed out their strikes and they rolled them up, right? So they had a what? For example, a 132 strike. They took the loss and they moved it up to 140. At the same time, they're selling calls, so they did have the credit call spread on these. So they did make a little credit to offset the, the downside or the cabbage, we'll say. So all in all, again, pretty rough day for NVIDIA. Let's see how much they lost. I don't see any synthetic cash out or bailout or whatever we want to call it either. So 12.1 mil. So yeah, ouchie, 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 ouchie. All right, so NVIDIA, how they do yesterday, they went up. They went up 4%, and NVIDIA went up 3.03%. That's a 75% capture. That's not bad. Again, we strive for 80, but good enough. The synthetic is about, NVIDIA have a 110 and a 120. NVIDIA is at 135. So the synthetic is whooping ass. However, this synthetic expires July 18th, which is probably why they didn't even bother trying to cash anything out yet. They just want to, let it be. So what do they got for calls left? Well, let's see the expiration date. Let's see what's going on here. 5/16. All right. So everything expires Friday. They got a 133. That is the lowest strike. That is 1.73% in the money. That's scurry. But NVIDIA, let's see. Well, I got NVDX. NVDX is pre-market down 3%. So that means NVIDIA is down about 1.5%. So pretty good. It's going to be a nice red day. Maybe they'll capture, Maybe they'll get under this 133 and win all their trades. But again, we got 2 trading days, not 1. So we'll see how the today and tomorrow go. But of course, they can start closing their trades today if it is worth it. The value of the NVDY fund is 1.5 mil. I'm sorry, 1.5 billion. All right, if I could talk. The NAV is 1681 and the trade price 1683. Synthetic bailout. Ooh, 275 per share on paper. So they got that in their back pocket. That's for sure. All right, 30-day IV, 52.8%. IV estimate based on that, 68 cents. And they already have an income estimate of $1.33. Oh, let's add these two up. Man, 408 between the two combined. Isn't that pretty sweet? All right, anyway, Group B declares in 6 days. If they cash out this synthetic before then, or this week, I should say, oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man. But even if they don't, possibility of $1. Someone was asking this yesterday on the Twitter, on the X, but I don't think so. Based on the current, I don't know. $1 would be the highest in my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We're not here to guesstimate yet. All right, up next, your boy Conehead. All right, Coney heads. Where are you, Coney heads? You out there? What did you do to your cone? All right, so where we at? There we go. All right, nice and easy. Finally. Oh, man, what do we got here? Buy to close put, purple alert. All right, the 200. Can we say cha-ching? Yeah, we can. They made 150 mil, cashing out the synthetic. They closed 30,000 contracts in the 200. They moved it up to the 250. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So let's go to Coney. All right, Coin had a good day. They went up 2.47%, and Coney went up 2.28%. 92% capture. Wow. Amazing. That's good. That's good. That's goody, goody, goody. All right. Synthetic. All right. They got new synthetic. New synthetic 250. All right. That's the 250. Coin is at 263. They're already whooping ass on it. So, and that expires June 20th. Looks like they probably cannot pick July date because, again, you know, the rules that they spoke of on the interview. Not going to go through it because it is a little complex. I let them explain it better. So what do we got left? All right, let's see what kind of contracts we got left. Everything expires tomorrow. Lowest strike 255. That's 3.19% in the money. Then we have a 257.50 in the money. 262.50 in the money. 265 out of the money, but 0.6%. Okay, so we kind of want coin to go down today a little bit. Below the 255. If I look at CONL, because that's what I track, so I'm a degenerate, I track the leverage funds. They are down 6.27%. So obviously coin would be down 3%. And guess what? Perfect. That's perfect. All right, so we'll see how it all goes. And let's get a scrolling to the bottom. The value of the CONY fund is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 875, trade price 877. Synthetic bailout 50 cents already, 50 cents. 30-day IV, 63.2%. IV estimate based on that, 43 cents. Income estimate, only 51 cents. Oh, man, I got to check let me check the group's value. Let's see, what's Coney in Group C? Coney, yeah, 69 mil. I'm assuming it's picking up all the trades here. Yeah. All right. Well, it is what it is. It's only 51 cents. It looked like it was going to be a lot, but maybe it was I think it was hurting before from getting whooped with the weeklies. But at least they're you know, positive there, positive number, positive income. Declaration date for them is 13 days away on May 28th. Up next, your boy SMCY. And let's see if they had trades. But before that, I will check some comments. Pull them up. Let's see what we got here. I know it's been a while. We got 199 people. I assume they're going to start to kick in now that it's 6:30. All right. So what do we got here? We got a lot of stuff here. Oh my goodness. We have a Jimmy sighting. Hello, Jimmy. All right. You'll have to go to the Discord and look at the SEC change to the documents. What are we talking about? We talking about the change? I mean, I covered that in yesterday's video. I'm not sure what you guys want to know. MSTY. All right. So what else we got here? Let's see it. Good morning, Joe Smith. Again, I'm seeing a lot of new names. This is pretty awesome, though, because we growing, right? MSTY growing, channel growing. Is that for me? He says, bro, you deserve all the good sand. Best thing in the world. You're a good person, and I bless you with all my heart. I don't know if that's for me, but thank you. All right. Yep, Steele knows, not financial advice. Just we're here to entertain, right? Hopefully this is entertaining. Probably not because I'm half asleep. But, you know, there's good days and there's bad days. MSTR chat live. Look at that name. Now, that's a name. That's a YouTube name if I've ever seen one. But, yeah, what's up? Michael Saylor is my dad. Okay. That's pretty awesome. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Dad doesn't listen to me. Yep, they never do, right? Okay. Thanks for your hard work. I only hear great things. Really? That's surprising, but no, thank you. Okay. I caught up with the comments. Now the people that watch later are going to be annoyed. But again, when you're live, you gotta speak to the peoples, right? The people that got up early for this. All right, SMCY, what the heck are they doing? Uh-oh, purple alert, buy the close put. What the heck are they doing? They're cashing out, baby. They're cashing out their synthetic 2,800 contracts. Where are they putting it, though? Let's see. If I move the arrow down, because the mouse is crazy, they're not putting it anywhere. Maybe people sold out of the fund. It looks that way because they had to close the call here. All right. And then they closed more calls, 767. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like they got a little whooping here. SMCI has been doing pretty well, so obviously the weeklies, you know, they got a little beat up yesterday. But again, should they have closed them on a Wednesday, or should they have waited till today? Which, you know, who could predict today was going to be red, obviously. But I feel like a cool down was coming. This stupid freaking computer. There you go. All right. So what's the sum of that? They lost about 8 mil overall, net. So that'll go into the group's value tab. All right. So anyway, let's talk about SMCI. Oh my God, man. Insane. No one. SMCI went up 13.58%. SMCY went up 9.13%. I mean, considering the jump, that's really not a bad capture. That's a 67% capture. Because, man, 30% in a day, that's rough. That is rough when you're doing covered calls, because you don't want that. You know, you want it, but you don't want it all at the same time. You want to chill. Just chill. Do it slow. All right. Anyway, let's look at their synthetic. They got a $36 synthetic. They're whooping ass because SMCI is at 45. So yeah, cha-ching. They got that in their back pocket. It expires June 20th. Did I say that? Probably. These contracts expire tomorrow. They are still out of the money, 46, 47. But again, they rolled them in. I think they opened these yesterday, right? Because they took the hit on the others. And they did that so they can capture more upside. 2.22% out of the money and 4.44% out of the money. However, if I look at SMCX, the double leverage fund, it is down 5.71% as we speak, which means SMCY is down about half of that. All right. So the value of the SMCY fund is 185 mil. The NAV is 2070. A trade price 2070. Whatever. Right. Synthetic bailout. Bank bro. 424 per share in y'all face. All right. Look at this beauty. That is a beauty right there. 98.62% IV. Let me finish my cold coffee for that one. Oh, that was horrible. God, I need like a little something that keeps the coffee thing heated. You know what I mean? IV estimate based on that, $1.57. Income estimate, 74 cents, hanging strong. Group D declares when? 20 days away on June 4th. We love Group D. We can't wait till they declare again. All right, so let's talk about PLTY. All right, PLTY is just a dominant fund. I know it is. Is it the new GOAT? Not yet. Soon, maybe not. I don't know. All right, what are they doing? Buy call, sell put, sell call. All right, so they're adding new money into the fund, and they're just opening a new position, and they're selling calls with an expiration date of Friday. So pretty awesome right there. Simple day for Palantir, small movement up 1.6%, which is what we like. And why do we like it? Well, look at PLTY. They went up 1.59%. That's a 99% capture. That is beauty. That is beauty at its best. Synthetic, what do we got? We got a 115. It expires July 18th. And Palantir's at 130. So you think that's doing well? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Selling calls. Everything expires tomorrow. The 126 is 3.21% in the money. Is that, yeah, that's thing. I don't have Palantir on my view. So you guys can tell me in the chat, feel free. What's it looking like in the pre-market? All right, they have a 132. That's at, why is this green? Just chilling in the green. All right, so everything else is out of the money, 1%, 2%, and 3% out of the money, but I wouldn't really say anything is safe this week. We shall see. The value of the fund is 365 mil. The NAV is 71.70. Trade price 71.79. Again, this fund launched at 50. So if you're wondering, you know, for the person that said these are depreciating assets, this is not obviously depreciating. You know, this is appreciating, right? So this is going up $21, and don't forget, it has been paying us distributions. By the way, the synthetic is worth $8.83 per share on paper. So, you know, we call that bank, bro, bank. All right, 30-day IV, 60% IV estimate based on that, 333. But are you ready? Income estimate. I mean, I gotta double check this sucker here. Where is it? Oh my goodness, 81 mil, 5.1 million outstanding shares. That comes to $15.96 per share. That is an income estimate. Are they going to pay us $15 next week? No. No. All right, someone says 127.81. That is the price of Palantir pre-market. Let me check real quick. What was the lowest call? 126. Okay, hanging in there, hanging strong, pretty good. All right, so anyway, yeah, I'll do a guesstimate this weekend for Group B, but obviously PLTY will be. It's all about PLTY, man. All about PLTY. That's all I can say. They declare next week. All right, so that's the update on the YieldMax funds. All right, any questions? Let me go through the comments, and before I begin my options trading update, and I got a freaking P. If anyone cares, anyone cares. No one cares. All right. So let's keep going here. Good morning, Kevin from Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, I need to go to Florida, man. I need to move. Good morning, Mark. Rod is the man of the people, right? This is the people's YouTube. Good morning from Chicago. Good morning from Bama. Good morning. There we go. What's that? Morning, TNA. All right. Hey, Laura. There's LA. Just going through. Any questions, just throw them in the chat, man. Just throw it in the chat. Just watching your riding with Ramblin' Rod video, real talk. Do you guys actually like that? Again, I don't mind it. It's like I'm talking to someone, right? Well, I'm talking to the camera, but I think some of you like that. I do like when other YouTubers do that too, because you get to like hear, you know, what they, you know, some real stuff. I keep telling LA, we got to tell LA to do a commute video too. You know what? Hear him bitch about some of his appliance things. All right. Good morning, Ann. See, I remember your name, Ann from Naples. Good morning from Orlando. All right. 239 people, no questions. Let's move on. Let's go to options, baby. Options, baby. All right. Yeah, I need to. I'm putting it off. Are you scared? Are you scared? No, you're not going to run out of things to talk about, believe it or not. Once you start talking, it'll just, it just goes, man. It just goes. All right. Time for my options update. So what do I do? What do I do? I trade options in my account. I trade options for myself. I don't rely only on YieldMax or Defiance or Roundhill. I have a separate account for that, and that's basically where the weeklies go, right? Now, this account, which most of you know, I call the Retire Now account. I trade options on most of it, and then, of course, I own like MSTY. Well, MSTY, I trade options too. So basically, I trade options the whole thing. But the only YieldMax fund that's actually in there is MSTY. So right now, I'm currently selling a put. Well, it's open, right? It's open. It's a $23 strike price, and it expires May 30th, end of month. MSTY is currently priced at 23. I can't see. 23 something, 23. And I'm at 23. So obviously, if MSTY goes below this, I'll be assigned 100 shares at 23 bucks. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. So that's, and I'm going to let it get assigned because I want the shares on 530 because you know why? Next ex-dividend date is 6/5. That way I'll qualify for the distribution. Currently have 400 shares of MSTY in this account. So if I get another 100, that's 500. That's a pretty clean number too. And if MSTY continues to go up, I can always sell covered calls on the other shares that I own. That's also an option. However, my cost basis on those shares is $27.25. So kind of rough there. So that's the update on my MSTY shares. And again, I'm just checking through the comments as we go. I'm falling a little behind here. Did you? Yeah, man, Mono. For those of you that don't know, me and Mono, when we're retired, you're going to see us at Costco, probably at the Florida one, and we're just going to be greeters. You know why? You know what the beauty of that job is you go in and when you leave, the work don't pile up. When you take a week off, the work don't pile up. You just go, you show up, and you start working. And that's the work, right? There's no 500 emails, you know, there's no this, there's no that. So if you take a day off, nothing happens, right? The work, you know, is the work. You just show up and you say good morning to people. I mean, I'm in Mono, but we'll see. Are people in Florida nicer than New Jersey? Probably, right? Oh, we got another New Jersey native here. Did that come up? There you go. Darius, what's going on? All right. It makes me feel normal. Yeah, man. We're all trying to figure it out. What the hell do I know, right? Just because I have a channel don't mean I know what I'm talking about, right? There you go. Ever hold Wiling. Drive safe. I don't have to commute today, luckily, but thanks for joining Ever Hold Welding. Is that your company? If so, shout out to that company. Welding, man, that's a tough job. Good paying job though. Good morning, Marcia from Virginia. Okay, all right, another good state, good weather state, right? Selling MSTY puts today. That's awesome. MSTY average 23. That's pretty good. I heard there's no property tax in Florida. No, I think you mean there's no income tax in Florida. There's definitely property tax, but it's not near what I pay here. That's for sure. When does what start? I'm not sure what we're talking about. Anyway, all right, so moving on. TSLL. Yesterday was the 14th. I sold, no, so I rolled, not sold, I rolled the 10. I have two contracts with a $10 strike price, which is currently, or as of the close, 34% in the money. So talk about danger. Man, that is danger. Danger of assignment. TSLL in the pre-market is currently, I gotta move windows here. Give me a sec. All right, TSLL is at 1443. All right, 1443. So obviously, if I let this be, these would be sold at 10, which sucks, right? That sucks. So I rolled it. I did a rolling order, and it shows over here, check, rolling order. Now the rolling order is now, it just basically moved the expiration date to next week. So it gave me a little more time. Let's see what happens with TSLL. And you know what's horrible is it only paid 5 cents. 5 cents. But you know what? It was 2 contracts, so I did get $10. And I wanted to give it one more fighting chance. If TSLL continues to go up, it's a goner. It's a goner. It's okay. I do have the 9 and the 950. I tried to roll these. I tried to get 5 cents for those, and I could not. So unless TSLL drops pretty decent today, these may be goners as well. All right. What else? I do have a 10, a 12, and a 15. Obviously, the 10 is in the money, right? The 12 is in the money, and the 15 is not. So, you know, it's a little, it's getting a little crazy there. And I do have a 14, a 16, and a 17. So you can see I'm selling calls on every single damn share that I have. Why am I doing that? Why am I capping my upside? Because this is an income account. I'm generating income from the shares. So I'm willing to accept the risk. And in my eyes, the reason I didn't wait, I was selling a call each day for the most part. And the highest strike I have now is 17. I mean, I consider that safe. TSLL, again, it's down 5% in the pre-market. So I don't know. It closed at 1525, obviously. So if it kept going up, all of them could have been in danger. But again, whatever's in danger, I will roll to the next week and try to collect premium. But whatever I can't roll for a credit will get assigned, and I'll add that down here. And it'll just be part of the assignment, and then we'll calculate the gains. In the end, though, it's all about making money, and we'll see how it goes. So the plan today is I'm going to be probably a little aggressive on the puts. I've been waiting to sell puts on TSLL, and I'm glad I waited till today. And I'm at least going to sell 2 puts on TSLL, because why would I sell 2? Well, why am I being aggressive on the puts? Because my calls are in danger. So that way, if TSLL decides to go back up, then fine. At least the puts are, doing well, right? But if it goes down, then all right, the puts may get assigned. Whoopie-doo. What the hell do I care? Or I could roll them. Again, I just want to put myself in a good position to make money in both directions. So yesterday, all I made was $10. I know, whoopie freaking do. But $10 is $10. So far for the week, I made $68 trading TSLL. All right, I'm going to go to TNA. But before, of course, I'm going to catch up on the comments. We are about 48 minutes in. Obviously, I got to stop this pretty soon. Let's see. A lot of comments coming in now. I can't really pull them all up. So I'm just going to go through the comments. Someone said, yeah, there is property tax in Florida. Yep. And yeah, I'm just going to read the current comments. All right. So again, we got 239 of you. Thank you for being here. We got 48 minutes in. All right. I also trade TNA, probably my favorite. Well, TNA and TSLL, it's a 1A and a 1B. I love them. I love them. Love trading them. Yesterday, TNA was down, right? I think it was down. And I sold a put. Why the hell not? So I sold a put for $28. It was 8.29% out of the money. Expiration date next week, May 23rd. The delta was under 20, so perfect. The premium per share was 38 cents, which comes to $38 in income. And the annualized yield, hold on. If you annualize that sucker, 55%, which is pretty sweet. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Tax. I know if you don't pay income tax, you probably get screwed in other directions. Like I hear like your car registration or something like that is like just a complete ripoff. But I don't know, man. It's tough. I don't know if I'll ever move, but we'll see. People get old, they get tired of the seasons, the cold weather, but Anyway, so why did I sell a put? Well, my calls, man. My calls are cappity doodah. How many calls do I have? I got 5 contracts. I only have 500 shares. So what's going on? Am I going to get assigned? Well, TNA, let's look at the pre-market. TNA is at, it's barely down. It's at 29 something. So yeah, this call is screwed. 24 is screwed. 25 is screwed. The 32 is fine. The 33 is fine. And the 34 is fine. But to be fair, these 24 and 25, they have been screwed for quite some time, and I've just been rolling them. So it's possible that this week this may be it, right? I may not be able to roll for a credit because they're so deep in the money now, right? So I'm not going to be able to, get a credit. I can look into next week. I can even go a week later if I wanted to, or I could just say, you know what? Just let them get assigned, let them get sold, and who cares, right? And that's why I'll go aggressive in the puts. So right now I have how many puts? I have 3, a 28, a 29, and a 30. Today, maybe I'll do a 27. Why the hell not, right? What's stopping me? So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I made 38 bucks yesterday on TNA. It's pretty good. Let's see how much I made for the week for TNA, about 122 bucks, assuming this formula is updating properly. Yes, it is. All right. So for the week so far, I have made $190. That is kind of, well, it's a little behind. My goal is 400 to 500 a week. So I may have to be, go a little thug nasty today, go a little crazy, do some aggressive plays, and, we'll see. We'll see. My rolls, again, if I could roll those other ones, I'd be making money, but the problem is I can't. So it's either I just let them get assigned, sell puts. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but that's kind of it. That's kind of the update on everything. So let's see. Let's go to the chat, and we'll probably call it a day. Well, probably go to work. And let's see. Sold a $12 call in TSLY, and it's currently getting its back blown. Yeah, man. It's at 1444 pre-market. So that's, at least you don't have a 9 and a 950 like me, and a 10. All right. New York is a tax burden. Yep. So is New Jersey. What do they do with our tax money? Who the hell knows? They don't spend it on anything useful. That is for sure. New York is a high income. Yeah. All right. You got to go. Oh, you're still here. I thought you left already. I don't know. I guess that's it. So as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we'll try again tomorrow. I'll be probably back in the garage tomorrow and be more entertaining, be louder, right? Because right now I think my 2-year-old is napping in the next room. Because he got up at 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, so here's a question, Richard Woolley. I have MSTY and PLTY, and what should be next in your opinion? Well, next out of what? YieldMax funds? It all depends, man. What underlyings do you believe in? Seems like Palantir is the next big thing, man. So PLTY is just a beast of a beast of a beast. I know it seems expensive, but we keep saying that. It keeps going up. We're just going to be like sitting behind and waiting, right? It's kind of like buying Bitcoin. Oh, it's already too expensive. Well, it keeps going up. So anyway, did all the perspectives change for singles? I believe they did. Someone said they did. I did not check, and I did ask Mike Venuto yesterday on Twitter Spaces, and he could not confirm that for me. But feel free to go check. I'm not doing it because I don't really care. I just care about MSTY at the moment. Cheers. And yeah, Palantir, yes, is the next big beast in the house. Okay. All right. So if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments. If you would like to help this channel further, feel free to share this video or my interview too, because I'm going to try to get like 50,000 views. What do you think? We saw it has like 25,000 now. Think we get double that by next week? That'd be awesome, man. Awesome. This is awesome. If so, man, I'm going to do more interviews with them. I have to. obviously that's what you guys want to see. So at what frequency though, right? Maybe we can get like a reoccurring interview. And Scott and Jay, if you're listening, let's talk about that. All right, let's talk about that. Well, we'll have to figure out what time. Again, it's tough, but I think I'm going to end the video here. But first, let's talk about keywords. Since we're live, I need you guys to give me a keyword. All right. That being said, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. I don't see a damn keyword yet. See, I wasted time for you guys there. No keyword. Someone type in a keyword. So what we do, anyone new to the channel, we do a keyword at the end of the video, and you have to type it down in the comments. And that way we know you suffered through this whole 56-minute video. All right. And that way I know and others know that you made it. All right. All right. Sound good? All right. So the first keyword that came up is MSTY money. Hey, I'll go with it. All right. So keyword of the day that you have to type down in the comments below is MSTY money, because we all love making MSTY money. That is for damn sure. So that's it for today. Time to go to work. I just wanted to say to all of you, of course, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. You're only a day away.